justice. You kidding? Killed my master, and my sensei. After all of the horrible things that you've done, you dare talk about peace, justice.
What's good, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. I'm LotusAsakura, the one who never knows best, and today I have another Sustain the Industry video for you. And as promised, this one actually isn't too long after the last one that I did, because even though I don't do these series monthly anymore, or this series monthly anymore, the last video that I did put out for Sustain the Industry was actually last month, and I did say in that video that I had a whole complete series on the way, and of course I got some other pickups as well. And yeah, so I actually have a variety of things to show you guys. We got some video games in here, some animes, Blu-rays, manga. We actually got a lot to get through, so let's go ahead and get into it with the getting to it, you feel me? So the first thing I actually want to show you guys is a few video games that I picked up, and there's 3 of them here, and I didn't realize this till just now, but I actually already owned all 3 of these games, and most of you probably already know that I owned all 3 of these games, but let me explain. So first we have Fire Emblem 3 Houses for the Nintendo Switch, and also these are all still sealed in the plastic, so I apologize for any glare. But yeah, so this game came out a year ago, 2 years ago, I don't remember exactly when, but what I do know is that I actually already own the collector's edition for this game. However, I did not actually buy it. It was a gift to me from the big homie Afro Senju. When it came out, he was really excited. He was like, yo, Lotus, if I buy it for you, will you play it? He's done this before in the past with other games like Monster Hunter, for example, which I did also play and end up loving. But yeah, so he bought me the collector's edition when it came out, and it kind of sat in my room in the corner for a year or 2 before I actually got around to playing it. But once I did, I fell in love. And so it actually ended up becoming not only my favorite game I've ever played on the Nintendo Switch thus far, but one of my favorite games of all time. And I was like, damn, like now I kind of want to, you know what I'm saying, I need more Fire Emblem in my life somehow. And in the collector's edition, you get this really cool steelbook and everything, but you don't actually get this box art, which I do like quite a bit. And so I just wanted to own another copy of the game and actually put some of my own money towards it. So I bought this on Amazon. It was like $20. It was on sale. So it's not even like I paid full price for it, but still, you know, I got the regular edition of Fire Emblem 3 Houses. On top of that, I also picked up Dragon Ball FighterZ and Granblue Fantasy Versus. Now here's the thing. Obviously, as you all know, I already own Dragon Ball FighterZ, not only just on the PlayStation 4, but also on the Nintendo Switch and on PC as well. I don't own it on Xbox because I don't own an Xbox, but I didn't actually buy my PlayStation copy of FighterZ. It was given to me for free by Bandai Namco, and as you guys can tell, I just like collecting things. I like owning physical copies of things. That's why I buy manga in the first place. And I don't actually own a single physical copy of Dragon Ball FighterZ, or at least I didn't until I bought this, because I own it digitally on Nintendo Switch and on PlayStation, and obviously I have it on Steam on PC. So I didn't have a physical copy, and I wanted to have a physical copy, so now I do. Very similar story with Granblue Fantasy Versus. I did actually pay for this game myself for the digital version. I bought it through like the Hong Kong shop when it came out early in China or Korea or whatever. I actually forget exactly how I did it, but yeah, but I didn't own a physical copy. Again, got both of these on sale for like $20 on Amazon, so I was like, yeah, why not? And I mean, like, the least I can do is buy Dragon Ball FighterZ physically. I mean, I made my whole channel and Twitch stream damn near on it, so like, ain't no thing, throw a little bit of money at this game. And Granblue is a game that I don't play a lot, but I do thoroughly enjoy, and I just wanted to own it as well. Anyway, next up, I guess I'll show you guys the anime pickups that we've got, and we've got 1 Blu-ray here and a few DVDs, and I guess I'll just show the Blu-ray first. And I've actually got the Blu-ray for Naruto The Movie. Hey, calm down, listen, put down the keyboard, listen, hear me out, okay? Listen, I know some of y'all out there got some strong feelings about the Naruto manga and the anime, but this is kind of different. If you ain't never seen the Naruto movie, it's actually pretty fire. And honestly speaking, if we're including this in the world of Naruto and calling this a Naruto movie, this is probably my favorite Naruto movie. It's either this one or Road to Ninja. Those are my 2 favorites. And I actually kind of lean towards this one because I actually got to see this in theaters back when it came out with some homies, and it was a dope experience, I ain't gonna lie. And I've been wanting the Blu-ray ever since, and I just never got around to picking it up. But I finally did. But you know what, speaking of Boruto, we don't actually have a Boruto volume here today to show you guys because a new one hasn't released since the last video on this one, because you guys know I usually buy all the latest volumes of Boruto. But I finally caught up with the manga. And I don't know at what point in this arc y'all was gassing it up and calling it heat and talk about, yo, Boruto lit right now, Boruto fire lows, you gotta catch up. But that shit a 2-pack of ass. If you like it, that's cool. I'm not saying there's not still parts of it that I don't enjoy, but I still got my own gripes. We ain't gonna sit here and make this a Boruto rant video, but although I could do that. But what I will say is that Kishimoto's back. you know, in the saddle for this one. He's taking over the story from this chapter moving forward. So we'll see how things go. I ain't gonna light it up just yet. I'm gonna see if he can redeem it, although I don't have high hopes for that. But yeah, Boruto the Blu-ray movie, yeah, we got that now. Next up, I have some DVDs that I should have picked up years ago, and I don't know what took me so long to get around to buying these, but again, these were on sale on Amazon, I think for like 15 bucks a pop at some point, so I finally scooped them up. I don't know what took me so long, but we have season 1 and 2 of the original Dragon Ball. I don't believe Dragon Ball exists in Blu-ray form at all, but yeah, years ago in an older Sustain Industry video, I picked up seasons 3, 4, and 5, and I don't remember if like I found them on eBay or like a local store, or like what the case was. Very clearly, they must not have had seasons 1 and 2 in stock. That's the only possible explanation I can think of as to why I would have bought 3, 4, and 5 and not 1 and 2. And I was like, yeah, I'll just go buy 1 and 2 from somewhere else at some point someday. I just didn't think that someday would be like 4 or 5 years later. Anyway, the point is, I now own the entire 5-season collection, and these blue books gonna look kind of nice on the shelf, although not just you'll be able to see them because they're gonna be on the shelf over there and not one of the shelves back there. But yeah, man, the original Dragon Ball is some of my favorite stuff ever. Z isn't one of my favorite anime. Obviously GT and Super, not even gonna get into it, but the original Dragon Ball, the story of Goku is when he's a kid, and those original 16 volumes, love that shit. That's my shit, and you're missing out if you've never read or watched it. It's the best part of Dragon Ball, no cap. But yeah, that's that. Next, we can get into the manga portion of the video. And the first thing I want to show you guys is this volume right here, and this is the manga for the Garden of Words film by Makoto Shinkai. Fun fact about me, my favorite movie of all time, animated or not, anime or not, is actually the Garden of Words. And this is a volume that, much like those games over there, I already own, but I actually spilled water on it a long time ago. And then since it was water damage, I ended up using it as a prop in like this old video I made where I was using it in the rain. And anyway, the point is I needed a fresh copy of it. And again, it took me some years to do it, but I finally replaced that old water damage volume with a crisp one. And I'm glad to have this back in the collection. And I swear my phone only ever goes off when I'm recording. Shut the fuck up. Oh, I guess real quick, I could give you a little breakdown or synopsis of what the story's about in case you're interested and you might want to check it out. Basically, long story short, there's like this high school boy. He skips school one day to go sit in the rain, like under this, you know, little thing in the park, whatever. And he's like sketching his little sketchbook because he wants to be a shoemaker. So he's like drawing shoes and stuff. And it's his teacher there, whatever. You know, she kind of also skipped to school. She drank whatever. They get to talking. She leaves with this poem. It's like this weird mystery. He like, what do that mean though? And long story short, they just develop this like little relationship of like meeting in the spot, kind of hanging out, kicking it, whatever. And you know, the boys start catching feelings for the teacher type shit. And the teacher's like, hey yo, we can't really be doing that. Like, I'm your teacher. And he like, but why though? And like, you know what I'm saying? And I promise you'll never hear anybody else describe the Garden of Words the way I just did. But like, it's actually a really compelling romance story, and it's like I said, it's beautifully drawn. The music is great. It's acted really well in both English and Japanese, and I just love everything about it. It's my favorite movie ever, and I just need the manga back in my collection. Next, we're gonna get to one of the things I'm the most excited to talk about, just because it's a series that I've been collecting, but I'm officially back up to date and on the latest chapter of, and that is none other than Volume 20 of Twin Star Exorcists. Sose no Onmyoji. Listen. I gotta calm myself. Because if I get too turned up, I'm gonna gas the hell out of it, and then you're gonna read it and be like, Lotus, that shit ain't even all that. That shit was a myth. This is my current favorite ongoing manga, point blank period. More than My Hero Academia, more than Boruto, more than Dragon Ball Super, more than Jujutsu Kaisen, more than We Never Learn, more than anything else that I'm reading, anything you're probably reading in Shonen Jump, I think this is better. I ain't gonna say too much more on it than that in terms of hyping it up to you, but basically, if you don't already know about this story, it is a story about this boy named Rokuro who was like this really talented exorcist. Tragedy happened in his childhood. He don't want to be an exorcist no more. This girl comes along named Benio. Apparently they're destined to become the Twin Star Exorcists, grow up, have a kid, give birth to the prophecy child, gonna rid the world of Kegare, which are the demons that are like, you know, wreaking havoc all over the world and things like that, right? Now, they ain't really feeling each other too tough in the beginning of the story, but obviously as they, you know, fight these battles together and go through all these trials and tribulations and hardships and share these heartfelt moments, they start to develop a closer bond, deepen their relationship, get to know each other a little bit better, you feel me? A little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of spice, a little ooh, little ah, in the ah, you feel me? And it's pretty good. The comedy's right up my alley. The romance element I think is very well done for a shonen series, and this isn't like a Shonen Jump series despite the SJ here. I think it's actually a Shonen Square, Jump Square I think is what the magazine is, or something like that. The point is, the story's dope, the characters are great, the humor is right up my alley. I think the romance element is really well done. The battles are dope, the artwork is incredible. Yoshiaki Sukano is incredibly talented both as a writer and an illustrator in my opinion. And this has a little bit of everything that I want in a manga, and I can't recommend it highly enough. And if you've ever seen the anime, you'll love this much more. If you never heard of the anime or you saw it and didn't like it, I gotta say it every time, bro. It's not the same. It's not the same at all. And I harp on this point so much, and I make sure to bring it up every time I talk about this series because I can't stress it enough. They're not the same story at all. It's like some of the same characters in a completely different world, bro. Like I promise you, this is so much better. This is so much better. It's way less episodic. There's an actual story behind it. There's so much more thought, love, care, and effort into the story than there was in the anime. Piero really massacred my boy, bro. Like, it's just give the manga a chance. You ain't gotta love it like I do, but just give it a chance. If you could do me one favor, just check it out. And also, you can actually read the entire series on the Shonen Jump app. You can read the first 3 chapters for free, and if you like it, pay $1.99 for the subscription. By the way, I'm not sponsored or being paid to say this. This is just the app that I use. But if you like the first 3 chapters, if you pay $1.99 for the membership on that app, you actually get access to not only the entire series of Twin Star Exorcists, but also One Piece, My Hero Academia, Black Clover, Jujutsu Kaisen, like every single manga that's in the Shonen Jump magazine right now. The entire series. So it's worth your while. It's the app I use on my phone if I want to read on my phone instead of physical volumes. But yeah, spent long enough on that. Twin Star Exorcists Volume 20. I'm up to date with this series right now. Loving every minute of it. It's in its final arc. It's wrapping up soon, and I highly recommend you get into it and check it out because you'll probably like it a lot if you think you like the things that I like. So yeah. Up next, we have the rest of our usual suspects that you see pretty much every single pickup video. We have Volume 11 of Dragon Ball Super, and I think I've said this before, but I'll say it again. I think Dragon Ball Super has the best volume covers out of the Dragon Ball series. I still think Dragon Ball, the original 16 volumes, is the best part of the series because the story is, they got a lot going on right now. But for all the shit people give Toyotarou for his artwork, man, I don't know if he's actually the one designing these covers, but they're easily some of my favorites. And this probably is my favorite one so far. This is fire. This is just so hard, yo. The space bubble with the rocket skates and this shit hard actually. This is hard as hell. But yeah, Volume 11 of Dragon Ball Super. Next up, we've also got, Volume 25 of My Hero Academia. I'm still a few chapters behind on this. It's funny because, like, I know it might seem like I don't ever read manga. I just don't read it as frequently as I would like to because I just don't make the time for it. But I know, like, for most of the series I pick, I'm like, yeah, I'm not up to date on this, but like I read more, but I still am always behind because I never catch up fully for most series. So like I know a lot about what's going on, especially because I'm friends with Boko Pineapple and he be putting this stuff all over Twitter, and I don't really care about spoilers, so it is what it is. And when he make videos, he be talking about the spoilers. It's just like I know everything that's going down right now, but I'm still like 10 chapters behind because every time I read a few more come out and I don't catch up. But that's neither here nor there. I don't even like much. The point is, My Hero Academia, Volume 25. Yeah, Shigaraki going crazy with it. Yeah, if you know, you know. And then we've also got Volume 20 of Fire Force, which I'm still enjoying. Still haven't watched Season 2, but it's somewhere in my queue on Verve. And we've also got Volume 13 of We Never Learn. And I believe it's just about finished or just finished. Again, I'm not up to date, but I swear I be reading manga when I be reading manga. Like I don't be reading it all the time, but like when I do be making time, it do be time. So like, just give me some time. Volume 13, We Never Learned. Top 10 favorite series for me. I've talked about it time and time again. Ecchi slice of life rom-com harem series about this boy tutoring these girls, and they all start falling for him, and they're all really cute and attractive, and it's really funny, really adorable, and really enjoyable. I like it. Guilty pleasure series of mine. Top 10 favorite. It's great. And now, for the moment a lot of you have probably been waiting for, which you might have already seen it in the title or the thumbnail, I don't know. But we did pick up the complete series of a different manga, and that is none other than Soul Eater. Soul Eater might have actually been within the first 10 anime I ever saw. I'm not entirely certain, because like I didn't watch... So here's the thing, I've been watching anime like pretty much my entire life. Like some of my earliest memories ever of being alive are like watching Dragon Ball and stuff like way back in the day, like maybe at the age of like 3 or 4, I don't remember exactly. But like some of my earliest memories are of watching anime on TV. But the thing about it is, when I was a kid, I didn't watch a large variety of stuff. I would just watch my favorites over and over again. So like I would just rewatch Dragon Ball, Yu Yu Hakusho, Rurouni Kenshin, Naruto when I got into that. I would just watch that same stuff over and over and over again. And I didn't really branch out to many other things. So Soul Eater might have actually been within like the first 10, and if not the first 10, then definitely the first 20 anime I ever saw, because this is like one of the first anime I watched when I started like actually exploring and venturing out into like newer and other anime. And I liked it a lot. But the thing is, I never really cared for the ending of the Soul Eater anime, and then I come to find out years later the reason why the ending is the way that it is because it doesn't follow the manga exactly. So yeah, the manga is something I always wanted to read. I've always really liked the Soul Eater anime despite the ending, and I've always heard nothing but great things about this manga. And since I enjoy Fire Force so much and I collect that, it only makes sense to pick up the series that really kickstarted Okubo's career, and that is Soul Eater. I mean, he had series before, but this was the big one, right? But yeah, I picked up the entire series of Soul Eater. So here we have volume 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and I don't know who this dude is, but he looks dope as hell. The way the jacket is flowing, the hair, like the drip kind of go crazy, not gonna lie. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and this is easily one of my favorites, Black Star Like a Kind of Fire, all that, not gonna lie. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, last but not least, volume 25 with a metallic finish on the text here. It's funny because they started going like crazy with like these black covers for like the last few volumes, and then they bring it back to white, but then with like the silver finish. It's kind of hard. But yeah, I picked up the entire series of Soul Eater, all 25 volumes on top of the other pickups that I already showed you guys. Now, when on earth I'm actually gonna make the time to read it, I don't know. But now that I have it, you know, it's just whenever I feel like it. But yeah, like I said, I've always been a pretty big fan of the Soul Eater anime, despite the ending. So now I'm ready to see how the story is truly meant to run and how it actually all wraps up in the end. And I expect great things because like I said, I've only ever heard good things about the Soul Eater manga, so I'm excited to finally have it in the collection and get around to reading it at some point. But yeah, as far as pickups go, that's pretty much gonna do it. I do actually have a stack of video games over there that I haven't opened yet, so I haven't shown those. But basically I was on eBay and I bought like a bunch of video games that I used to have as a kid but don't have anymore, or games I wanted as a kid but couldn't afford because I was a broke ass kid with no money. But I'm an adult now, so I went back and bought them now just to say that I got them. But yeah, I haven't opened those yet, so what I think I'm gonna actually be doing is opening those up on stream. So twitch.tv/LotusAsakura, links always in the description down below, and then probably record that and then upload it as a separate video onto the channel at some point. But yeah, that's something else to look forward to if that interests you at all. But yeah, that'll do it. That'll get her done. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Hit this video with a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you haven't already so you can stay tuned for all the awesome content that I bring you. And with all that being said, that's pretty much off today. And remember, nothing can happen until you swing the bat. Later.